Have you ever stared blankly into the fridge at 6 p.m., surrounded by a chorus of, "What's for dinner, Mom? I'm starving." We've all been there. Menu planning can sound intimidating, especially when you consider fitting everyone's picky preferences into a healthy and budget-friendly plan. But guess what? Every family eats, and that means every family can benefit from a little menu planning magic. This episode is all about ditching the dinner time scramble and creating a menu plan that works for you. I will ditch the one-size-fits-all approach because, let's face it, every family is unique. I will give some tips and tricks so you can tailor a plan that reduces stress, helps you avoid decision fatigue, saves you money, and keeps everyone fueled with delicious and nutritious meals. Hey, homeschool mom. I'm Erica Sagert on the Intentional Homeschooler podcast with more actionable steps and encouragement for your homeschooling journey so you can confidently and intentionally homeschool your children without sacrificing your sanity. Grab a pen and paper, your favorite cup of brew, and let's get started. In my family growing up, food wasn't just fuel. It was quality family time. We always, without fail, sat down at the table to eat dinner together several times per week. The only days that we missed were because of a special event or something like that. I owe my mom tons of credit here because she made our mealtime the best part of the day. Not only did we have delicious meals every evening, but we had wonderful family conversations and connection as well. There's just something about sitting around the dinner table, eating and discussing the day. It is nourishment for the physical and the emotional. Let's see if I can get you started in your menu planning journey, or if you already have a menu planning plan, hopefully I can motivate you with maybe a fresh new idea or just a renewed sense of energy for your menu planning. Number 1, start with a master list of menus. What do you and your family like to eat? Create a central place to keep all of these recipes and menus. I don't know about you, but I had recipes everywhere before I decided to put them in one place. I had some in a card file. I had some in a family cookbook. I had some in my Betty Crocker cookbook. I had some on my Pinterest boards. Sort of everywhere. And so I would think of this recipe, this delicious chicken breast recipe that I had, and it would be like, where is that recipe? I don't know where it is. So finally, I got a binder. I like just a physical binder with paper that I can flip through. I'm sure some of you use a digital system, which will work just fine as well. But I gathered all of my tried and true recipes into one place. I use my 3-ring binder, and I have dividers according to meat type. So I have a chicken, pork, beef, and seafood divider. And then I also have sections for my side dishes, like starchy side is one of my dividers, vegetable sides, salads, things like that. So find all of your recipes, divide them up, and put them all in one place. I just made copies of the ones that were in a different book, and then I put them in page protectors, and I have my handy-dandy master menu notebook that has all of those recipes. So only my tried and true recipes go in there. I do try new recipes from time to time, but they don't get to officially go into the book until they've been tested and affirmed by my family. So these menus can be very simple. It could be pizza, like frozen pizza, or it can be breakfast for dinner, or macaroni and cheese from the box. It could be that simple, or it can be complex. It can be chicken cordon bleu or lasagna or whatever it is that your family eats. Don't try to do it with what somebody else would do. Make it your family's book, master list of your menus. So that is step number 1. Get all of those menus, all of those recipes into one place. Number 2, make your plan. sit down, make sure you have your calendar with you so you can look at the week to see, what do I have coming up? Do I have a birthday party coming up? Do we have meetings this week where I'm going to have my cooking done ahead of time? Whatever the case is, just look at that calendar. It's very important to have your calendar next to you as you make this plan. Look at your week, decide what you want to eat when. I suggest changing up your meat. Like, I wouldn't want to eat ground beef all week, so I make sure that I pick a variety of types of meat. For those of us that eat meat, I'm sure there are people listening to this who maybe are vegetarians. So however you want to divide up your food, make a nice variety and put those recipes on the calendar. So make your plan, decide what you're going to cook for the week. You can plan for up to a couple months, but for, at least for 1 week. Then number 3, make your plan visible. Okay, make a visual of some kind. I've done different things with this. I've taken 3x5 cards for each menu, and then I pull them out and I make my plan. I hang them on a board so that I can see that on Monday we're having spaghetti, Tuesday we're having chicken breast, Wednesday we're having Caesar salad. Whatever the case is, I had 3x5 cards. I put them on a board, or sometimes it's just a piece of paper on the fridge or on the counter, or I have a chalkboard, a cute looking chalkboard where I write the menu. But you want to make it visible so that you and your family can see what the plan is. It will help keep you accountable. It will help you stick to it. Plus, if you have your spouse or older children, can help start dinner when they know what the plan is. So it helps to make it visible, make it out there so everybody in the family can see what the plan is for food that week. Number 4, create your shopping list and get shopping. I suggest streamlining your shopping list by creating your shopping list in the order of your favorite store with all of the items that you typically get, so that you can just simply highlight the items that you need. Now, this could be digital or paper. I'm sure you can guess. Mine is paper. I print it off. It's just a Word document with the ingredients that I typically get, the items that I get, and I shop at Winco Foods here in the Vancouver, Washington area, the best store ever because the prices are right. Anyway, my list is in the order of Winco Foods, so I go through and I highlight the items that I need. It's kind of funny because I've been using this list for so long that on my master list, I still have diapers on my list. Well, my youngest is 18, so I obviously haven't needed diapers for a long time, but that just tells you how long I've used the system. It is so helpful. It's one of those systems that I've kept all of these years. So there's also fish food on that list, which we don't have any fish right now. So anyway, paper, use your highlighter, highlight those items that you need. The other thing I like about this is that sometimes it will jog your memory of things that you need around the house. So you read through the list and highlight it and make sure that you get it. I also have a list on the fridge where people can write needed household items or food items on the list on the fridge. It's a laminated chart and it has a column for the different stores that we go to, and people know where to write the item on the list, and then I can make sure that I put those items on my shopping list as well, so that when I go to the store, I can get what we need. Number 5, execute your menu plan by prepping. So meal prepping can be thought of in a lot of different ways. Some people have a meal prep day. I've never been a huge fan of having one day where I'm prepping for the whole week. Quite frankly, it wears me out. I end up being in the kitchen the entire day, and it's just a lot. But I do prep in that when I'm in the morning, when I'm doing breakfast, I typically kind of unload the dishwasher, straighten up, and then I think ahead to what dinner is for that night. And I at least get the meat out of the freezer, but I also might start some of the prep. I might chop some of the vegetables that I need or cook up the meat, like say it's a ground beef dish. So I could cook up the ground beef in the morning, put it aside in the fridge, and then it's partially prepped for that evening's dinner. I'm always looking ahead to see what I can prep for the next meal. The more prep we do will just keep us on track, all the better. Also, for salad, I like to do fresh lettuce salad every night, but I quite frankly do not like chopping the vegetables every night. So that is one thing that I definitely prep ahead. I have this container that has about 6 different sections. It's this great container that I found on Amazon. So I cut up lots of veggies at the beginning of the week after I go shopping, radishes, peppers, sweet onions, cucumbers, all of those kinds of veggies that stay nice for a couple of days. I have those in my container, and then I have lettuce in a different container so that each night, essentially, we have a salad bar. And that way we can put together a salad really quickly every night without having to chop vegetables each night. Number 6, I will encourage you to take the time to make the presentation beautiful. So eating dinner is so very daily, but why not make it a memorable experience for your family? Create a place away from technology. Our dinner table is a cell phone-free zone. We don't have a television nearby either. We do our best to eat at the same time. When our kids were little, that was much easier. Now that we have young adults, they're not always here, and not everybody lives at home anymore. But those that are home, we do our best to sit down together to eat and talk about our day. And so that way we are getting our physical nourishment through the food and our emotional nourishment by connecting with each other. Now, it's not always this wonderfully, perfectly peaceful time. Sometimes we're running here, there, and everywhere. But whenever we can, we try to slow down, eat our food, and have some sort of discussion with those that are in the home. And thanks to my husband, we always end our meal with the question of, how did the Lord bless you? And we ask that nobody leaves the table until they answer the question. Some days it's a little harder to find, but obviously we always have things that we can be thankful for. And so it's just a really nice way to end our mealtime together. So there you have it. Number 1, start with that master list of menus. No matter how simple or complex your menus are, gather them all into one place, whether that's a digital notebook or a physical 3-ring binder. Put them all in one place so that you can find them when you're number 2, making your plan. Sit down with that calendar, make your plan for the week, the month, however far out you want to go. Make that plan. Number 3, make your plan visible. Put it up, put it on a chalkboard, a piece of paper, 3x5 cards, whatever it is, as simple or as complex, but make it visible so that you and your family can see what the plan is. I promise it'll keep you accountable to it. Number 4, create that shopping list. Be very diligent in creating your shopping list and make sure that you get everything on there, because the less times we have to go to the store, the more money we will save. All those pesky little trips to the store add up. But if you create that shopping list, it will help your budget as well. And number 5, prep as you go. Whenever you have a free pocket of time and you're in the kitchen, think ahead to what the next meal will be. You pull that meat out of the freezer or chop those vegetables, get things going so that it will be easier as you go along the way. And the last point, number 6, take time to enjoy the meal. Make it beautiful. Enjoy the time with your family. If any of this resonates with you, you have further questions, or you want to find out about the work I do at Hope Learning Center, book a virtual coffee chat with me. The link to my calendar is in the show notes. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as right here where a brand new episode will drop every other Thursday. Until next time, you've got this, Mom.